Trump! Blood on their hands! Rubio 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 Trump! Blood on their hands! Blood on their hands! Rubio Trump! Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands! Blood on your hands!
What do we do? What do we do?
Hands off PEPFAR! 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 Hands off PEPFAR!
Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR!
What's going on right now?
We're blocking an intersection to let Donald Trump and Secretary of State Rubio know that they need to let PEPFAR funding flow.
Are you willing to be arrested?
Of course, absolutely. People are dying for lack of treatment, so we're absolutely willing to get arrested to ensure that they get access to treatment that they really need.
Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR!
Hands off PEPFAR!
Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR!
So the PEPFAR program currently serves 20 million people living with HIV around the world with HIV treatment and millions more with HIV prevention. And this administration has frozen all of that money and has actually said that they're going to abolish the U.S. Agency for International Development that is responsible for administering much of that money. That is a massive crisis around the world for HIV programs. Right now, 3,000 people every day are getting infected with HIV. We have the medicines, and in fact, we have an amazing new medicine right now that you do twice a year, and it stops HIV infections almost completely. The PEPFAR program was about to roll that out around the world, and they've stopped all of that, and that is a huge crisis.
Hands off PEPFAR! 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 PEPFAR saves lives! Rubio kills! PEPFAR saves lives! Rubio kills! PEPFAR saves lives! Rubio kills! PEPFAR saves lives!
What they've done is completely illegal. Actually, Congress is the one that enacted a law creating PEPFAR. They're the ones that created the United States Agency for International Development. It's actually not up to Secretary Rubio, it's not up to the president, and it's certainly not up to Elon Musk to decide to destroy that, to abolish that. That's actually a clear violation of Article 1 of the Constitution that actually says it's up to Congress. The waivers that are happening are similarly kind of silly, right? They've decided to freeze aid on the one hand and give a waiver for some programs on the other, while also laying off or freezing or putting on leave all of the people who are supposed to disseminate those waivers. You know, programs around the world don't actually run based on headlines. They run based on legal documents. They've received a freeze order. They've received a stop work order. And so slowly some programs are reopening, but many others around the world are not. We just heard from colleagues in Botswana who have a complete hold and freeze on all of their programs, despite Secretary Rubio insisting that they don't. And so this is chaos. It's mass chaos, and it's costing lives already.
I'm shocked to be back in the place we were 24 years ago, trying to convince the government that people around the world need support, that it isn't right to let someone die simply because of where they were born, that we all benefit when people living with HIV can continue to live, can reduce the risk of transmission, can reduce development of TB and also the spread of TB. I cannot believe that we have been thrown back in time. You've got many people living with HIV who have been blocking traffic here, along with AIDS activists. And it's not about us. It is about the solidarity with the generations of people that we know that are alive today because of PEPFAR.
Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR! Hands off PEPFAR!
healthcare?
We've already seen what happens where if you privatize healthcare, then there will be cherry picking. Cherry picking of who gets funding. It won't be on merit. And also, people will be forced to pay out of pocket. Because HIV treatment is lifelong, that is too much to put on the shoulders of people living with HIV around the world.